How did I go from an awkward, shy, and insecure 22-year-old out of college working a job I hated to a father, a husband, and now working my dream job at 28? Well, consider watching this video. I'm going to share with you exactly what I have done over the last 6 years to really just transform my entire life and my entire future. And my name is Trevor. Welcome to my channel. I help people to heal their inner child so they can express their creativity from a more grounded and confident place and really create an awesome life for themselves. And my journey started after college when I had a lot of health problems. I went through a big school, went to a big college here in America, and had a lot of bad habits, partying, drinking, smoking all the time. It was very normal at my college. And I'll throw some pictures in here if you would see, my lifestyle was not the best. And after college, I really hit rock bottom with all my anxiety. I was so depressed. I felt so empty. And I was working in New York City. I had this full time corporate job that was just draining me. And I wanted something else. I wanted to create my life from more of a conscious place. And I realized my first 22 years of my life were very unconscious. I did not really choose my career or my path in life. It was kind of given to me, and I didn't really have much of a say in it. And I went through a massive spiritual awakening in 2018 where I realized that the media and society and school and my family, a lot of these things have been very toxic to me as far as I was basically just consuming all this outside noise and I didn't know myself. And when I went through my awakening process, I began to realize that I can choose my future. I can create my own reality. I can find out why I'm here on earth, why I'm on this planet, what am I here to do, and I can go for that. And I can work on myself. I can do the things every single day to get there. And let me share with you what I did to go from that awkward, shy college kid, to where I am now being a father, husband, and having a full-time coaching business. So after my awakening, I did so much research. I was learning all about quantum physics and parallel realities and law of attraction and reading Nouvelle Goddard and Dolores Cannon books. And I was just so obsessed with this shift of consciousness. And I firmly believe that right now there is a massive shift happening. You will not see it on the news, but we are all collectively going through this human ascension process. And this means that we're all becoming more sensitive. We're becoming more aware of energy, more intuitive. And I really believe in the future it's going to be a lot different as far as, people cannot be deceiving us and be lying to us with, the media and all these corporations. Like we're going to all be waking up to these things and it's going to cause a lot of change on this planet. And the reason why I was so, insecure as a college kid and just I was so anxious was, part of it was how I saw myself. So growing up as a kid, I was the oldest of four siblings. I had a pretty chaotic childhood. And what happened was, my dad was working all the time. Me and my dad weren't super close and just, there wasn't much emotional connection. And when I had my spiritual awakening, I began to realize, I had these wounds in myself. I was always craving attention. I was trying to basically do all I could to like get love and attention from my family, and I was changing how I really wanted to be to get love and attention. I was basically playing, kind of playing small and doing a lot of shape shifting to fit in to my friend groups, through school. And I played hockey growing up, and when I played hockey, I was always trying to fit in and like not rock the boat and just try to like, have everyone get along. And what I realized was I had certain autopilot self images and beliefs about myself that I didn't realize I had these in the background. And for me, I was always very good at school. I was very good at numbers, very good at math, and I always had this, this image in my head, this self image that I was a bit nerdy. Like I was good at school. I got all A's basically, and I was like this. I had this image of myself like I am really good at math. So I'm a nerd, and I'm always just I'm a shy person, and I'm quiet, and I'm very introverted, and I like being by myself and playing video games and drinking alcohol and partying, and this is who I was for high school through college. And after college I became aware of this, and I realized that these programs about me being shy, me being quiet, me being a certain way, it was basically what I was doing in the past to basically fit in. And it was just kind of what I did to adapt to my family environment and my friend groups and being through school. I adopted these personas and these self images to fit in and to feel safe. And after my awakening, I began to realize I had these programs running, and I was like, man, what if I'm actually not a shy person? What if I'm actually not a quiet introvert all the time? What if that was just kind of the role I was playing to get through college and to get through to get through my family life and to be around people close to me and to kind of like just fit in and just be normal? What if I could change my self-image? And this was the question I asked back in 2018 that basically changed everything for me. And I began to just, like I said, kept reading books, kept working on myself. I began to meditate daily, and that completely changed my life as well because I became aware of these thought patterns in my head that were telling me, Trevor, you're shy, you're quiet, you're a nerd, you're you're bad with girls, because I was really bad with women. I was bad with girls. I was very shy with people in college. I wasn't able to speak. I wasn't able to be social. I was very, very anxious all the time. And I wanted to change this. And the first step for me was becoming aware of this. I had to become aware of these beliefs in my head, these thought patterns, and these autopilot programs. And once I was aware of that, I committed to meditating every single day. Every single morning, I would meditate for at least 10 minutes, and I would just observe my mindset and my thoughts. I would observe what's there for me. And I would begin to detach from these thoughts that were saying, you're shy, you're quiet, you're a nerd, whatever. I began to detach from all this. And I realized that I was not these thoughts. These thoughts would come through my head. I would look at them and observe them, but I would not believe them. I wouldn't trust these thoughts. I would realize that these are just thoughts. They're not always true. And this completely changed my life. And what I began to do was I began to, I read like 100 books probably in a span of a few months. And I just was reading all the time and learning. And I wanted to really help people because I was feeling a lot better with myself. I was realizing how, man, like I can kind of change how I see myself. I can use these law of attraction ideas to create my reality. I can use these quantum physics concepts to make an awesome life for myself. And I had a lot of, people around me that thought it was very weird what I was doing, which was like all these books and like, I had a better lifestyle. I stopped partying. I stopped eating badly, began to eat super clean and do fasting and all these different things. And people around me didn't really get it. My family and friends thought I was really weird, thought it was, actually, it really scared some of them. They were like, are you going crazy? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're so different now. And meanwhile, I'm just feeling a lot more high vibe. I'm feeling really good about my life. And what I realized was I couldn't just talk the talk. I had to actually walk the walk. And I began to create video content back in 2018 on YouTube. Scariest thing ever in my life, began to create videos every single morning. I would get up at about 6 in the morning before my 9 to 5 job, and I'd make a video in my apartment. I had this small little studio in New York City. I would just have my phone on a bookshelf and just start recording and about different topics, different concepts that was helping me. And when I began to create content, it was very scary at first, but I began to kind of really just go with it and commit to it every day. I make a video every single day for a while. And what happened though was as I began to create content, I realized I had more blocks and more unhealed traumas to address. And I got super, super into something called inner child healing. And this was the game changer for me when, I had this vision to become a coach. And so I was saying, okay, if I'm gonna, I was saying, okay, there is a reality that exists where I am a full-time coach. So if I want to match that frequency, what should I be doing every single day to become a full-time coach? And for me, that was making content every single day, doing videos every single day, because that would wire it in that that's who I am, and I'll be able to align my reality with that one of me being a full-time coach, because it already exists. Quantum physics tells us that all these different realities are possible, but they're not all probable until we shift our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions to that timeline. So I began to create a lot of content, and this creating the content and you know, putting my face out there, my videos out there, and getting like feedback and being judged by people, my family and friends, like thinking it's weird, and all these different things that happened when I began to create my content, it triggered within me. It really showed me my inner child blocks. Like I was saying before, from my family, it was a very chaotic childhood, and I didn't always have the love there. It was like, very unconscious patterns and dynamics, and my dad was gone a lot, and I had the masculine wound, and I had, a feminine wound. I had all these different wounds, traumas and wounds inside of me, and the inner child healing was was basically, it was the key for me to, I guess, really step more into my power as a creator and to become more whole, because the more I did the inner child healing, I didn't really need the validation. I didn't need my friends and people around me to like say, your content's awesome. Like, yeah, you're a great creator. You're a great video. You're a great coach. All this, like, I didn't need that anymore because became more whole within myself. And this is why I'm so passionate with the inner child healing, because the more you express your creativity and you go for your dreams and you like be yourself, be bold, people around you might get triggered. And if you're not really confident and grounded in yourself, that's going to affect you. It affected me a lot. My family, like my mom, my sisters, people in my close friends, like them seeing my content in the early days of it, I was very, very insecure about the content, and I was like always listening to see like what they say about it, like, oh, would this video make them feel a certain way, and then it's my fault, and then I feel guilty, or I feel bad for being weird, and this whole dynamic about like me trying to make them feel a certain way, and I had to realize that that's not my job. It's not my job to make sure people around me are okay or they feel okay about what I'm doing. It's like, no, I can just do me. And I began to wire in this sense of self that I came to earth to be this person, to be a video creator, to be a coach, to be a speaker. I see myself doing speeches in front of crowds someday, and it's just who I am. It's why I'm here. But in the beginning, it wasn't like this. In the beginning, I had to wire this in. I had to make it a daily practice to journal about this, to see myself, to see my future every single day, and then take action towards it. Take action. I did free coaching calls for a while. I did a lot of things to wire in this sense of self, and I did a lot of the healing work, and I'm still doing it now. It really never ends. And a lot of people, they tell me like, yeah, I want to start my channel and make videos, but I'm not healed yet, and I'm not ready. I don't really know my niche and my topics yet, so I'm gonna wait till I know my topics, and I'm gonna share once I know my topics. And it's like it's gonna come with time. It comes with time, and it's the healing never ends. The niche or the topics or the clarity never ends. It's all about just going for it and seeing what sticks and seeing what you enjoy talking about. And like I was saying earlier, the hardest thing that I've done over the years was begin to create content and put myself out there, and it's been totally worth it for me though. It's been totally worth it. Just all of the learnings and all of the mistakes and all of just the videos I've created over the years, it's all been worth it to get where I am now. And this is why I have an entire, process to share about what I've done with the inner child healing, with creating content, with really becoming more grounded in my energy and healing myself. I have this process called Journey to Consciousness. And it's for people who want to share their creativity, who want to become more whole and complete. They want to heal themselves. They want to be a leader for this great awakening. And I have a link somewhere on my page to book a call with me if you want to learn more about that. But I'm going to be sharing a lot more about what I've done over the years to heal my inner child, to really go for my dream, and to transform. If this video gave you some value, be sure to follow me to see more. And thanks for watching. Take care.